Hey, here we are. It's 6 months later with the 1994 Ford Explorer. How's your 6 months been, Dan? They've been okay. They've been pretty good. I've sort of become more comfortable with the vehicle. It seems to be running pretty well. I put a tie rod in. That helped the stability factors. And changed the oil so far. It needed it. I neglected. Um, Put a new air filter in here. That helped it out. But I had one little problem since I had the vehicle. That little problem was a power steering leak. Okay, it's easy to fix. You go to the dollar store and you get $1 can of power steering fluid, and then you can pour it in, and you go for about a week. So it's been 6 months, 4 weeks, 6 times 4. So I spent like about $25 on power steering fluid. Okay, I would have little spots. One bottle would last about a week. Okay, I decide I'm going to go ahead and fix it. It's a hose, and it seems like it's a pretty good vehicle. And check the hose, go out to AutoZone. Okay, so I go out there and they say, well, which one do you want? You want the front one or the back one? I had the urge to gamble and say the front one, but no, I don't know. I didn't know there were two. Okay, yeah, man, there are two. So I decided, okay, I know what I'll do. I'll go and talk to the magician mechanic. Okay, he'll know. He'll be able to tell me what's wrong, and I'll get the right hose and have him put it on, and life's great. Okay, I go out to the magician mechanics, and he's there. He rolls under it real quick, and he says, hey, it's not the hose. See where I'm kind of sticking this in? But it's the power steering gearbox. There's a bolt right here on the top. And it's got a rod that goes down through there, and there are two O-rings and a metal clamp in there. And a lot of times the O-rings will deteriorate and cause the leak. Okay, that's what it is. All right. So I think, well, maybe I can tighten the bolt on top and that'll prevent the leakage, but that's just a cap and it really won't. And also the magician mechanic told me that if you do that it might mess up the power steering. So I go back to AutoZone and I go back to AutoZone and ask them about this power steering box unit deal. They say we don't have one, but we can do it like a warehouse next day. It's like $100.50 rebuilt with a $60 or $80 core charge, something of that nature. So I go home and look up these power steering units, and like I said, it's got the two O-rings and the metal clamp. Sometimes on the rebuilt ones, they put the O-ring upside down. It's kind of like this and this, you know, and if you put it upside down over a period of time fairly quickly, it will start leaking because it's put in wrong, it's not holding. So that was a concern. So how much does it cost? Okay, I looked that up on the internet. The price to put like the magician mechanic said, oh, about $50, you know, kind of lulling you in a little bit. But it's a lot of work. Apparently, you can see it's hard to get at down there. You have to get under it. On the computer, they gave 190 to 507. So I thought, oh, well, isn't that just wonderful? So I'm glad you stuck with my little story. It should save you a lot of grief. I started looking for answers. And what I found, remember I was doing the bottle a week of power steering fluid, right? And I wanted to get off that. And they got a lot of these products out to seal power steering stop leak, renew worn rack and pinion control slack, guaranteed to stop all leaks or your money back, made in USA. So this is the kind of stuff that rings my bell, high performance. Okay, they say it may take a little while, 200 miles and up to maybe 2 bottles, 2 containers. It's a thick red oil in here. You can see a little bit of it right there. I put a little bit, like maybe a quarter or less in it. And guess what? It stopped leaking. Hey, problem solved. It stopped leaking. I could have gotten this product earlier on, saved the $25 on the power steering fluid, the anxiety associated with it, and the risk of burning out my power steering pump. So it doesn't look like it's leaking anymore. I put a little more in because it looked like it was a little low, but I'm not sure, but it doesn't seem like it leaves spots. I go ride a bike in the evenings, I park at a particular place, and I look at it, and it looks good. So I guess that's my story. That's my story. Okay, have I forgot anything? I appreciate you listening to it. I hope it helps you out and you don't have to spend the $507 on the power steering gearbox or something